welcome to our happy hour, digital happy hour. I have to say that I do this to connect with you guys, even though it's digital. It just feels good to know that we're doing this together. So if you're joining, make sure you have at least fixings for a cocktail or mocktail. I'm going to take you through a few. And then I'm also going to take you through some work from home strategies, nutritional, DIY beauty, and some energy strategies. So as everyone's joining, grab, if you have ice, well, a glass, ice, club soda if you have, vodka or tequila, and then any kind of citrus that might be lying around, or berries, or mint, really anything goes, but I'll take you through a couple. You can always go grab those ingredients. So here we go, welcome to the happy hour. So glad to have you guys, and thrilled to do this with Juice Ranch and JuneShine. So Juice Ranch and JuneShine are both local companies to Santa Barbara, and I've been working with them for a long time, and especially during this time, it's so nice to be able to connect with our local companies. And they provided with us with such wonderful ingredients for our cocktails. And today, because I know everyone's joining from different parts of the country, maybe the world, I will give you different ingredients, whether you have these brands at home or not. I'll give you different things to utilize at home that will really create a nice cocktail. So before we get started, I just like to shift gears. So a lot of times, you know, we're coming into these things after work, and it's hard to just unwind. So I'm gonna put my drink down to start, and I'm gonna come closer to you guys, and we're gonna breathe for a second. So it could be your first deep breath you've done of the day. You could have joined me earlier in yoga, but regardless, the idea of this is just to shift your physiology, to create the opportunity to relax, enjoy, and leave everything from the day behind. Even if it was good things, we wanna be able to drop into the present moment and give us an opportunity to just connect with ourselves, connect with this moment right here, right now. So here we go, stand up if you're not standing yet. And we're gonna do a breath technique that also involves dancing. So if you're home and nobody's watching, start to move those hips. All right, so we're gonna inhale, arms lift. Exhale, elbows down through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Few more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. And if you don't want to move those hips, you can stay static. Just lift and lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. One more. Inhale, lift. On the last one, exhale, hold your breath out. Hold. Inhale slowly. Exhale, release. Two more, just dropping into this moment, giving ourselves that gentle shift in our day. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Perfect. All right. So I love to start our sessions with those breathing techniques. The breathing techniques do help us shift out of what could have been a stressful day and into this moment right here. So as a takeaway for breathing, just know that when you inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth for a 5 count, that turns on that parasympathetic state, that rest and recovery state. All right, we're awake, we're alive, we're ready to go. So on to our cocktails. So today we're gonna do 3, I'm gonna demo 2, but I'm gonna talk about 3 different types of cocktails. Our first one is gonna involve our fabulous JuneShine. So if you're not familiar with JuneShine or kombucha beer, kombucha itself is excellent for your gut flora. So kombucha is a fermented tea, and what it does, that fermentation process feeds our gut flora. So it gives us the ability to actually feed the gut lining, which is where about 70% of our immunity is actually created. And it gives us that food essentially to create the highest quality immunity in our body, as well as stimulates our digestion and creates serotonin, which is that feel-good hormone. So JuneShine is our local Santa Barbara company, or Santa Barbara and San Diego. But JuneShine, there's a lot of different great kombuchas out there. Today we're using JuneShine, which is my favorite. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our kombucha or kombucha beer. You can do this as a mocktail or cocktail. But I like to combine this with a vodka or tequila. So today we're gonna use vodka. So we're gonna take our kombucha or kombucha beer if not, you can use a club soda. So you're gonna take this and you're gonna pour about 6 ounces. If you know me personally, I don't measure anything, so there you go. But if you wanna measure at home, it's about 6 ounces. And then you're gonna take your vodka or tequila and you'll do about 2 ounces of that, 1.5 to 2. So I usually do a 1, 2, 3, 4 pour, but you can also use a shot glass. And then from there, I'm gonna add in some citrus. So if you have lemon or lime or even grapefruit, this is a blood orange mint cocktail or kombucha beer. But if you have club soda and vodka, if that's just your base, adding citrus is a great way to spice it up, but not add in extra calories or sugar. So I'm gonna take my lime and I'm just gonna put that in the drink. So if you have a citrus, add that in. And then if you have mint at home or any kind of herb or spice, I always say get creative with your herbs and spices. Those are incredibly anti-inflammatory, really good for your system. So I would just take some sprigs of mint. I'm gonna use my hand today, but if you have a knife, which I do over there, but I'm not using it. So you're gonna just break this up and then place it in your drink. You can also let the mint sit in the vodka or tequila before you make your drink. So potentially earlier in the day, you could have just added some mint or rosemary to your vodka or tequila in a glass, and then just throw a little bit of that in. And there you go, that's 1 drink down. I'm making 2 drinks for myself tonight. I already have a drink here, but no, just kidding, I just started. So I'm with you, I just got off work. We're starting with the first cocktail. So just as a reminder, that cocktail, and I'll post each recipe after, but that cocktail is gonna be kombucha or kombucha beer, vodka or tequila, citrus, and mint. So I always like to give the parameters of a clean cocktail, and then I like to encourage you to make it up, because in the kitchen, anything goes, and especially during this time, anything goes. So add in what you like, but that's our start. Our next one is from Juice Ranch. So Juice Ranch is our local juicery. Everything there is wonderful, organic, and just so good for the immunity in the system. So today I'm gonna use their Johnny 5 Alive, which has cayenne, some really great citrus and ginger, as well as apple. All of those excellent for the immune system. So for this one, I'm going to take my second glass, shake this up. If you have a juicery close to you, juices are a great combination with any, I always reference vodka or tequila, but any alcohol is great, or you can make that mocktail. But today we're gonna use the Johnny 5 Alive. If at home you have fresh ginger, you can chop up that ginger or muddle it. Ginger is also incredibly anti-inflammatory, so it's up to you whether you get a juice with ginger in it, or adding the ginger is really such a great option. So we're gonna do this with tequila. So this is almost like the healthiest, super powered version of a margarita. So margarita, we're gonna start with our tequila. And tequila, again, 1.5 to 2 ounces. So measure or just wing it. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna take the mixer is this juice, but again, club soda is always an option. That's always my base for a clean cocktail if you don't have the juice. Adding in this really great, somewhat spicy but very, very nutrient dense juice. And then you can add in any citrus, any mint, any rosemary, anything like that. So as you can see, these are really basic cocktails. I wish I was a mixologist, but I'm not. But they're just, the base of each one is that clean spirit, tequila or vodka, the juice that has the anti-inflammatory benefits, or club soda, and then citrus or any kind of herb or spice. So that's it, just the basics of each. Hopefully you have something in hand, whatever that might be. And I'm not gonna demo it today, but just so you know, mocktails are also an excellent option. You can really make a drink that is almost like a cocktail where you get that benefit, but you don't have to worry about the alcohol. So I would do the same thing, except I like to muddle. So I have berries today. I'm not gonna muddle them for you in front of you, but I would crush up some strawberries or some blueberries or raspberries. Berries are so great for their antioxidant benefit. They're polyphenols, great for beauty as well as your inflammation. And these would be, you would just muddle these up at home, add in your club soda, and then put a sprig of mint or rosemary. Those are the two ones that I feel like goes with everything. And that really feels like a mocktail. So, or a cocktail, but without the alcohol. So those are great options if you want to do that instead of the alcohol. And at the end of this, if you would like to try the June Shine, please direct message me. I will send you the wonderful discount for 20% off of their products. They're just phenomenal, so definitely DM me. All right, so, and then the last thing actually before we get into the work from home strategies is the healthy fats. So we have healthy fats that we want to incorporate into our cocktail hour. This can be anything from nuts and hard cheeses to olives or even some avocado, little mini toasts. The nice thing about integrating these into your healthy happy hour or whenever you enjoy cocktails or wine is it's going to actually help balance your blood sugar. So what happens when we start to gain that unwanted weight is our insulin levels are getting thrown off. Our insulin is our body's ability to essentially create it's the balance in the body that really either spikes our blood sugar or lowers it depending on what foods we eat or what drinks we have. With alcohol and specifically with wine because of the sugar, it can lift our blood sugar up. Higher blood sugar equals holding onto fat. It's just a simple way to put it. What we want to do is negate that effect of spiking our blood sugar by adding in some healthy fats. So I have my Santa Barbara pistachios today, but you can really use anything that has those good healthy fats. Nuts are a great option because you just get to eat them while you're drinking. But really any of those options, olives, cheeses, hard cheeses specifically, and nuts and seeds, and what else did I say? Avocado. So those are great options for that. All right, well, cheers everyone. And I will move into our work from home strategies. But if you have any questions on the cocktails or mocktails or anything that we've done so far, just feel free to reach out to me after. If you want any of the recipes, I'll be posting them, but I'm happy to help in any way I can. So definitely reach out if you have any questions about that. All right, so for me, as I mentioned, part of the reason why I really want to do these cocktail events and this live experience is because in a way we're connecting, even though I wish we were all in the same room connecting over cocktails, but at least I get to see you on the screen. So while we're working from home, there's a couple things that are happening in our body from a chemistry standpoint. One is that these enclosed spaces, not getting out enough, is going to start limiting our oxygen uptake and increasing our carbon dioxide. What happens when we're inside for an extended period of time, and granted, we probably were inside in an office, but at least we were moving from our house to the office and back. But what's happening when we're inside is with this increase of carbon dioxide in our system, our hypothalamus, which is the part of the brain responsible for memory and attention, is going to start to deplete, or it's essentially going to start to be used less or not be accessed as well. So a quick fix to that, without diving into too much of the science, is just essentially getting out in the fresh air. I know it sounds so basic, but just by extending your time outside, even just for a moment, let's say you get out for an active break, 5-10 minutes, you get out, maybe extend it for 15 minutes, just that extra 5 minutes is going to actually shift your brain chemistry. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is a little bit more extensive. I'm going to dive deeper into it because for me, it's helped me personally so much with my physique, with my energy, with my brain power, and it's really, truly backed by science. So there's so much unbelievable research behind intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is essentially just changing the time that we eat to an 8-hour period or to a shortened period. Doesn't necessarily have to be 8 hours, but most of the research has shown that anything more than 8 hours, it just won't be as beneficial, but it's still good, still great to try it. But let's just, for today, for discussion purposes, let's talk just about that 8-hour eating window. So that 8-hour, what I mean by the 8-hour eating window is instead of starting to eat first thing in the morning and then eating big or small bits throughout the day until the evening, and then having your last meal, let's say at 7 or 8, and then starting to shut down and go to bed by 10 or 11, we're going to actually shift that window to a shorter period of time. So bear with me when I tell you that you would wait potentially to eat until, let's say, 12 o'clock. I know that goes against pretty much everything we've learned from a young age with eating breakfast right off the bat. For me, that was Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so not sure if that was the healthy option. But even now, as an adult, we're eating usually a mix of protein, carbohydrates, and some kind of healthy fat first thing in the morning. What's happening when we eat breakfast first thing in the morning, unless it's just pure healthy fat, like coconut oil in the coffee or a little bit of scrambled eggs and some avocado, that addition of the carbohydrates or the protein is going to raise our insulin levels, which is what I was mentioning earlier. And that's going to basically send us on this glucose roller coaster. So this ability to feel energized right away, but then kind of feel that let down around 11 a.m. and then feel energized again and let down and kind of go up and down in that energy. It's also, by eating first thing in the morning, it's also going to potentially make you crave more food throughout the day versus starting at noon. So the benefit of starting later in the day, let's say noon, and I'm only using noon as an example, you can make up that 8-hour eating window in the way that you want. But for me personally, I find that skipping breakfast and starting with lunch is the most efficient for my morning. And it's also the best way to essentially just get right into your work and then wait till later to do that social dinner, or not so social, working from home dinner. So the reason why this works, the reason why it's so beneficial for your brain power, fat burning, energy, is because you're giving yourself 16 hours, let's say from 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. at night until 11 or 12 the next day. You're giving yourself that pretty significant chunk of time of not intaking food. And by not intaking that food, you're going to give yourself this huge reset. So your body has this internal battery, lots of them, called your mitochondria. That's the battery house of your cells. In order for that to work the most optimally, whether it's fat burning, again, energy, I feel like a broken record, but like these very essential things for your body, brain power, your mitochondria has to repair itself and get back to that max power, just like your phone at night. It has to regenerate and be 100% the next day in order for us to do a lot of FaceTime, which we're doing lately. So in order for that mitochondria to get back empowered and be as fat burning as possible and basically create the best cellular energy as possible, you have to turn it off essentially, or plug it in. That's the 16 hours. So within that 16 hours, you're increasing cellular turnover, number one. So your hair, skin, nails are gonna, everything's turning over faster, everything's gonna look better. Your energy is gonna be sustained, so you're gonna feel that high level of energy throughout the day. And you're actually turning on the ability to utilize irisin. So irisin is the ability to utilize brown fat and burn through white fat. White fat is visceral fat. Visceral fat is around your stomach, your thighs, backs of the arms. I feel like it's all the places where I'll just do the most trouble zone workouts. And I really didn't see a difference until I started doing the 8-hour eating window, because you can't really spot train those places. Those are accumulations of fat that happen from lifestyle and nutrition. So in order to burn and really increase the ability to increase cellular turnover and burn fat efficiently is by integrating the 8-hour eating window. So in summary, all you would need to do is shorten the time in which you eat. Talked about 8 hours today, but you can just start to shorten it by, let's say you, instead of eating for 12 or 14 hours, you start eating just in a 10-hour period. Start at 11, end at 9, start at 11, end at 8. Whatever works for you. But again, you'll see benefit just by doing that, and you don't have to do it every day. So I thought that was the best part of it, is you don't, just like, there's so many great nutritional programs out there, but there's not that many that you don't have to do every day where you'll see huge benefits. So you can choose to do it 2 or 3 days a week to start, and then increase it. And for me personally, I started doing it 3 days a week. I liked seeing the results. I also really loved how I felt, energy-wise and brain, focus-wise. And from there, I started increasing it to 5, 6 days a week, because it started to become a lifestyle rather than a diet. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. I have so much written about this and all the research that comes with this. So if you are interested and want to know more, definitely reach out. Okay, next tip. And we'll have 2 more quick tips after this one and the next one, and then I'll let you guys go. So next tip is for all my gals out there, DIY beauty. So obviously we're not going and getting different treatments at the moment. And so I have found that there's 2 treatments that I really love. One, and I guess this is integrated into the work from home theme, but one is the avocado mask for your hair. So avocados are nutrient dense. They contain all 9 essential amino acids, so they're reparative for the hair, for the protein in the hair. So I would mash up an entire avocado, put about a fourth or a half a cup of melted coconut oil, and that's it. Just mix it up, put it in your hair overnight, preferably when it's wet. Wake up in the morning, wash it out, your hair is silky smooth. The other one that I find to be great, which is essentially the same compounds except add a little honey, is for your face. So it's your own home facial with the avocado, coconut oil, and just about a tablespoon of honey. This is so beneficial because both of these beauty treatments, because there's a lot of toxins in our products now. And when we're in a high stress state, we really want to avoid toxins. Toxins are going to create toxins from products, toxins from environment. Toxins are going to create more inflammation in the body, which is what stress does. And it's also going to create the ability or the inability, essentially, to balance our hormones. So toxins can be very big hormone disruptors. So try, if you can, especially while we're home, try to integrate some natural products like that avocado and coconut oil. It's a great way to start to limit the amount of toxins in your diet. Okay, final tip of the day. And if you have your cocktail or mocktail, I'm not going to tell you to drink it, just enjoy it. So next tip we're going to talk about is a challenge. So I have a personal experience with this, and then I'll give you the takeaway, how we can all do this challenge together, or a new challenge together. So my brother, who's much more competitive than me, sometimes, no, we're both very competitive, but he wanted to bring everyone together from all parts of the world. So last week he did this fabulous yet tough challenge where everybody could opt in. Nobody had to do it, but you were asked to run, walk, bike, anything, swim, 4 miles every 4 hours for 24 hours. And since I haven't ran since a mile since PE when I was a kid. I do sprints, short sprints, and volleyball workouts, but I never do long distance running. So I walked, my parents biked, our friends ran, everybody did different things. But the purpose of why I'm telling you this right now is it was such a unifier for our family, for our friends, for people all over the world who haven't seen each other in a while, who needed that extra little boost, which I feel like I've needed lately. And just seeing everybody's progress and nutrition and tips and just climbing that mountain it wasn't the ability to get to the top of the mountain. It was really the ability just to start on the path. And that's all it is starting on a path of getting better every day and doing it together. So I am going to give all of us a challenge to do together, starting from now until next week when we do our next Healthy Happy Hour. I challenge you to integrate 4 days a week of the 8-hour eating window, just 4. So today's Thursday. You can start it tomorrow, or you can even start it on Monday. You have the weekend off just to wrap your mind around it. And then do it Monday through Thursday until I see you again next Thursday. The idea of this is to, again, do it together. Know that while I'm starving in the morning, you're starving in the morning, but know that it's beneficial for your body. It's actually quite healthy, and it's really going to put us in this most optimal state. My second challenge to each of us is to limit your packaged foods, so the foods that come in a package, to 1 a day. Which I know, being at home, if there's a package of anything in my cupboard, I'm gonna circle in and out of my kitchen 100 times in a day until I eat that whole thing. So it might be that by the end of the weekend, you clear all that packaged good out and you start on Monday. My dad always says don't start anything until Monday. So Monday's always a good day to start. So maybe wait till Monday, but utilizing this challenge together, know you can check in with me on my Instagram asking me any questions. I will post somewhat of an eat this, not that, thank you David Zinzanko, of things to eat, things not to eat, how to do some substitutions for those foods that are pretty common, like crackers or sugar, or candy or things like that. So we'll have that this week as well. But that's it. Those are only two of the things that are going to essentially take us into high fat burning, increased energy, and the ability to just feel better, because right now we want all those great feel good hormones we can get. So that's it. It's the whole shebang I have for you today. So to finish, let's do one more fun breath exercise, and then you guys will be on with your day. If you have questions, definitely ask, reach out to me, and know that June Shine discount, you can reach out to me for that. I'll post the challenge tomorrow. I hope we all do it together. And this is it, last one. So energy breathing. We're gonna bring our arms out, turn up the music a little bit, so I encourage you to dance. So energy breathing, we're gonna inhale, lift. Exhale, just how we started. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let it go. Hold your breath out. Hold and breathe, or hold, don't breathe, hold. Inhale slowly. Exhale, let it go. Great job, team. You guys did an amazing job just showing up. As I always say in our yoga and our workouts, half the battle is just showing up. So hopefully this was helpful. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And our challenge starts now or Monday, but get those 4 days in before Thursday, before next Healthy Happy Hour. Huge thanks to Juice Ranch and June Shine. Love you guys. Mwah. Miss you all.